So I got carb started.
Welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel. I am just busy. Well, I'm not, I've just finished work actually. And I'm going to start, I think, looking at the Sun-visor for the ERF. Because it came with a Sun-visor. Obviously I took it off for transporting back up here, and I've never put it back on because it needs work, so why would I bother putting it all back up there to take it back off later on? Here it is. It's just a fiberglass copy, but it's not, well, you can see it, it's not great. It's going to need some work. I'm at least going to have to prime it properly and then flat the primer off and stuff. It's just been wrapped at the minute. So, I think first things first, I want to get this wrap off. I'm thinking it's going to need a little bit of work. Let's get this wrap off and see what she's really like underneath. And I'm not holding my breath, but hopefully I'll show you, we'll get this looking absolutely lovely. There we go. I pressed the wrong button and record any of that, so stupid me. You can see, hopefully you can see the shape's not great. More than repairable for me, the joys of doing what we do. We'll get it all repaired and ready to paint and get it all super duper sparkly, shiny and lovely. What do you think? What do you think? I did have the option of buying a proper plastic smoked one, a red smoked one, which would have been absolutely lovely, but then I would never want to drill holes in it, or I'd never want to put mark it. Or this one, I'm not too fussed. I can drill holes in it, and if I don't like it, I can wash them back up, paint them. Yeah, it's 6 and 2 3s. It swings roundabouts, isn't it? You can see all the marks in it, and pinholes, and that needs shaping up properly. Doing there's not read. That needs repaired. You know, the usual bits on a fiberglass copy thing. So, got some 40 grit, gonna sand it out, get a nice key and a bit more flat, to be honest, and then we're gonna fill the whole thing, well, release the whole thing, and take up the pinholes and all these bits. Get her rub back smooth, or in the right sort of shape, and then once she's in the right sort of shape, then I can start thinking about priming it, then flat the primer off and then paint the thing. Making it nice and shiny, the right shape, and making it look a spotty dog. So this bit here, where it's really thin, what I'm going to use is some, well, it's SMC, carbon fibre reinforced filler, which has got chopped up bits of carbon fibre strands in it, so it's hairy. People call it hairy bodge. So that's what I'm going to be using to fill that bit up there. Gives it a bit more structure, a bit more body, and a bit stronger. That's it mixed up. I've already keyed it up, so next job, let's put it in. You can see the holes, and it's thin on the edges here, so I'll build it up in there, build it up in here, and then once it's done, I can take it off the right shape, and we'll fill it properly, like we're doing up here. There we go. So it's filled up. Let it go off now. Put this on, scrape it into the holes. Make it the right sort of shape. We're getting there. Just keep going. Get it covered up, get it all rubbed off. This is the side that it's all rough as hell at the minute. I'll rub it all off. I'll get it scrubbed off, and then again, just keep going and going. Once I get it finished off somewhere a bit close, I will end up, I'll probably finish it with 180 and then give it a couple of coats of high build, super duper high build polyester based primer, which will fill up those gaps. I've got the Sun-visor repaired, so the next job is to get some primer on it. First coat of primer. This is a high build primer which will take up more of the scratches and a little bit more imperfections that haven't been rubbed out, and then once we get that on, we'll rub that off, and then again it's rinse and repeat. Prime, flat, and then prime and paint. After you prime and make it, let's get it squared on. first coat done, let that go off, put flash off, and then second coat on, just the same. Probably just use up whatever I've got left in the gun, as much on as I can. They're nice and smooth and flat, so it will look lovely and shiny when she's up there and on the wine. And that's it primed. Let that go off overnight, possibly even a couple of days, and then when we come back we'll get it guide coated, flatted, make sure it's all nice and smooth before we can start thinking about putting the next coat of primer on and painting. Lots of work like, but it'll be worth it in the end. Well, the primer's dried. We've put a little bit of stopper in, a little bit of filler into the bigger nicks, which didn't get filled as much as we thought it would, or which we'd missed, which is more likely because we missed them. But yeah, just on flattening it now. I'm going over to 180, and then I'll guide coat it again. And once I've got it all flattened off to 180, nice and smooth and flat, and then I'll go over it again with some finer paper again, and then prime, and then paint. It's getting there, it's getting there. Just got to put some more guide coat on. Put it on there. Look like this. And this helps show me where I need to keep rubbing wood. It's not easy to do this with two hands without knocking the powder all over the floor. So, where's me? I'll put that, move that before I drop it on the floor, because I don't want that. And then I will show you here. See, can you see these marks? Sand them out. That's just lovely and smooth, and you didn't see them marks. There you go, you can see one of the bigger marks there. Sand that out. Just like that. Some of them will blend anyway. I'm not film doing the whole thing because do you really want to be sitting watching me sand down a Sun-visor for this whole video? I don't think so. I got the outside done and I completely forgot about doing the inside because I was too excited to get the outside done, so silly me, I forgot to do the inside. So what I've done is doing a good clean off inside with some 80 grit. You can see all the fiberglass weave, and it didn't look very nice if I'm honest, so we'll make it up a bit nicer. Now I'm going to mix up some primer and I'm just going to squirt a couple of coats like I did on the outside with thick primer on, and then once that goes off I can quickly flat it off, make it look a million times better than it does now, and it'll paint it all red inside outside and it'll be lovely full gloss, beautiful, proper job. I've decided while primer's going off on the Sun-visor, I've pulled me stuff out. You might see where this is going, might not. Put that there. Make sure there's nothing to float around in the cab. Curtains don't count because they're on there. There's nothing there, there's nothing up there I don't think. And you got to pop the grills on these so you can, because that's the latch. I can never find them. Now I've figured out how to find it first time. Woohoo! So I've got to pop that up because I have to get the cab up on these. You've got to pop the grill so you don't crush the grill, and that's a safety mechanism. Let's get the cab up and have a look at that good old Cummins. I'm not going to do that. I need a bar. Turns out I don't have one, so I'll use this instead. That'll do the job a bit easier. That'll be why I couldn't do it. I might be able to do it, just not actually. No, it's just still a lot easier. Is she creeping down? So, it's all sanded down, it's all flatted and nice and smooth. Next job now is coat the primer to get to take that up, and then we'll be putting colour on. I'm gonna go red. I think it's gonna be full Colorado red. Wait and see how it comes out. Hopefully it comes out nice and shiny and red. We're now ready to put the red on. So that's the black, that's the primer. Time to get the red paint on. Not too worried about getting all the tripod just broke. Yeah, could fix that. Not too worried about getting all the about getting dressed up because it's so high up and it's so far away. It's as long as it's red and shiny and looks spotty dog, hunky dory. If I want to, I can flat polish it, but it's all the way up there. If someone sees a speck of dust up there, I'll poke them in the eye. Get it, some red paint, square on. Woohoo! And that's it done. Look at that, man. Hello. Lovely. Are you ready to see the Sun-visor? Look at that, man. Oh. Lovely. She's going to be cracking. It's going to look lovely, man. Like I said, it's going to look a little bit out of place at the minute with that being red and everything else is black and white, but once everything else is done, I think it'll fit in quite nice. So it's time to get that up there. Woo. So we got to change of plan. As you can see, grab up this ladder here. This one, washer's overhanging there. My fault. I should have checked the holes right before I did all the work. Like, but overhanging. That one's close but not right. That one's overhanging. It's not right. And then if we jump inside, I'll try and show you inside as well on the pillars. I can't get the nuts on, and very easily. Well, I can. But it's not very easy at all because they come through there. I don't know what you can see. The bolt's there, and there's a bloody nut and bolt pillar to bolt the pillar sections together there and there. And I can't get them in. So, change of plans. That side I can't even get the bolt's too long and it hits the bolt for the pillar and all that stuff. So, change of plans. What I'm doing now is, actually I think I'll take it off again. I'm going to riv nut the pillars like I would have done if I started the job myself first time, but I didn't. So fuck, I better make sure the threads are the same because a couple of bolts, my nuts didn't fit the threads. One of those jobs you think, oh, this should be simple, it's just bolted on. Nothing's ever simple. Never say something simple. It's never just. So, can I have a cup of tea? I'll pull it back off again. And I'm going to re-drill some holes, put some riv nuts in with some seam sealer, and start again, essentially. You know, the usual. So, I've fixed the problem. Well, I hope I fixed the problem. Put the riv nuts in. I put them in with some 2-pack glue as well. So they're in, sealed up and glued in. So hopefully that should do the job. Fingers crossed. I'm not going to over-tighten them obviously, because if I over-tighten them it pulls them out, it's a headache. So let's get the Sun-visor clicked up into place. Ta-da! She's back on. She's hunky-dory. There's a ladder into them. Hunky-dory, aren't I? Please copy it. It's not perfect. But I'm not bothered. That's all nipped up. I've still got the brackets in the front, but that's not the end of the world. Get them put on. Transforms front end of it now, like so. Done. Winner. Happy with that? So now the Sun-visor's on the ends. I've got to put the brackets in the centres. Stay the supports, which are there. But from just before, when I was trying to get the carb up, the carb wouldn't go up. It was like the carb latches on the back of the carb weren't unlatching, so it wouldn't go forward. It was just kind of lifting the front up on the shocks. Give them a good soaking up there. Let's see if that makes any difference. Hopefully it fixes it, like. Well, not fixes it, but makes it the carb lift, which would be a lot easier. Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed. Let's see. So I've got carb start to tilt. I don't want to go fully under it, like, but there's a hydraulic ram that goes in there and that latches across and magic stuff happens in there. It's not like a old carb where you pull the lever and it disconnects it. So I've put my arm up in there and give it a rake out and get the old grease and stuff out. See, my airbox is a little bit tired, but as they all are on these things. Yeah, it's not that bad actually so far. I'm a bit scared to send the carb all the way up yet, but I've got a little bit of time. There's a little bit of wiring and confusing stuff going on in here, which we don't understand. So because it's working, I've left it. I'm not going to get involved with that, and I'll speak to someone who knows what they're talking about with that, I think. But it's had some filters on it. I can see the alternator doing there, and that'll be the one that gives us the signal for the rev counter. So I just pump it up a little bit, give them wires a quick wheel and see if that helps the alternator, and send it back down, and I think I'll leave it for the minute. I don't want to get too involved. It's like 5 o'clock now, so I kind of want to go home. So there's the alternator. I'm a bit dubious about getting under it because I didn't have to sit full tilt yet, and I didn't want to, you know, so I'm always saying be careful. So I'm just going to, Dad's with us, so it's Harry. Gonna get these cleaned off. I've got me stuff, me contact cleaner and tool stuff. She was nice and clean though, which was really nice. I don't know whether it's had an engine or something. It's 60827, or whether that's when it had a top set put in it or whatever. But give this clean off. Plugs and stuff. Ooh, hopefully this might mean it has the wiring loom for jakes or something. That looks like it's been cut. I don't know. Don't know what that is, but it's a new filter. There's lots of stuff to look at. Like I say, hopefully, you never know, if I pull the top off I might find it's got jakes inside. Wiring loom for jakes or something. Because that would be really nice if I could find out it's already got jakes built in, I just need to put them on. Oh, that would be the dream, wouldn't it? You gotta love jakes, man. You gotta love jakes. So I think I might have found why my exhaust brake isn't working now. So I'm just having a look on this side. Big to-do. Look at the derby. What she got on? She's got a whole set on. Ooh, whole set. I have to imagine that's the exhaust brake there anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. But there's something missing to the top of it. So the pipe runs out from the front of the cab from the exhaust brake itself. Pipe there, which runs from the exhaust brake, which is that bit there, runs off here and runs up there. I can see where it goes. It runs off up here somewhere. It'll run up into here somewhere behind the covers, and there's supposed to be, I imagine, anyway, a pipe going into there, a fitting into that, and I imagine that is also why yeah, I imagine that's why the exhaust brake's not working. Ooh, it says ERF. Let's just jump in and see whether cleaning them connections on the rev counters made any difference. Maybe not. That didn't work. Well, the Sun-visor is on. It's all buttoned up. Got the brackets on. I had to drill a couple of holes for them. Look at that, man. I'm so much happier with it already. Got to warm it up. I'm going to take it out for a minute. Brackets are on. One of them needs twisted, but I can fix that. But yeah, I think that's it for the day, I think. I'm just so much happier with how it's turned out. The front end's transformed with that Sun-visor on, and with it being red, it's going to tie in lovely. It looks better than I thought it would. I don't know what the next job is. I have to tune into the next video to find out, because I haven't decided yet. But yeah, hope you like that little video. Getting the Sun-visor and the carb tilted. It's all progress. Progress is good. Yeah. So join me in the next video and we'll see what the next part of the project is. So there's plenty of content to come, plenty of ERF work to come. Nice project. Get it ready for the shows next year. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you all soon.